Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So you should have already seen the video we did regarding herb runs. Basically this video is going to be kind of what we did last year, and this is the additional herb run I do. Probably once a day. It's not as often as herb runs, it's not as quick as herb runs, and it's probably not as quick resetting as what herb runs are. Herb runs are every 90 minutes, but I'd probably do it every 2 hours. Whereas this is one sort of big run for the day, but it's going to add an extra couple of mil to your value per day. And obviously with us going quite quickly towards Group Ironman, I think it's quite a good thing to include in your first herb run of the day to make a little bit more GP if you are looking to pay for the bond or build your account up. I built my account up with herb runs and this additional run as well and made quite a lot of GP from it. So I wanted to show you guys how it is. Obviously we did this video last year, but it's changed quite a lot in terms of price and stuff, and there's a few things we add in nowadays as well. So yeah, let's get to it. So normally this would be in Cathby Bank because I've just finished my herb run. And again, the stuff we're going to go through, the master farming outfit is very useful for this. Highly recommend you getting it as soon as possible. The farmer's outfit, which you can get from Double XP reward shop, is very good. And it's kind of a sort of step up one you want before going to go and get your masterwork thing. I have the runic staff, which is going to help us explain different patches we're going to go and loot. But basically, the emphasis on this is that quite a lot of the stuff is already grown. So we're going to be doing a fruit tree run. We're going to be doing a bushes run. We're going to do the juju herbs, which again is like an extra foot herb run. And then we're also going to be doing our grapevines. And then what we'll do by the end of the video, we'll total everything up and then we'll sort of work out all the GP we've got from there. So the first one we're going to go to is teleport with a witch doctor mask, but you could use a juju spirit bag, which is going to take us to herblore habitat. Now, first thing you do when you are here, you go and trade Papa Mambo because you want to buy your Eugene and your Samadin seeds. Only because there's no real way to get steady amounts of them, and Herblore Habitat potions are pretty good at being banked at periods of time. And again, in terms of other stuff as well, like auras, outfits, additional items which help, check the first video, the Herblore video. We do it quite early anyway. So farming tools, I don't think I need to use Ultra Compost because I think it's already applied. So we're going to go and use our Greater Green Fingers. We are going to use our Juju Farming Potion, and we're going to go and do the Vine Herb. Now really, I should have brought my Dwarven Harvester for these because these are like gold dust. But you know, we move. Now a Samden Herb, you can sort of put about 20k each. They are very expensive, and it seems that with the Juju herb you use half the amount of seeds. So we've gone for a full patch there. Actually, I need to just go and do something. Going to see if we need to use compost. No, I think I've actually paid the tool people or the farmers a stupid price to apply the ultra compost for me. Right, so your second patch is over here, so we just need to climb over the vine. And Juju potions are definitely one I would add into your run. It only takes an update like the mining update for the Juju potions, especially to spike. The good thing is with Eugene potions is related to a Juju farming potion. It's always going to be a very good price. And I'd probably say that Samden is the next best one. But what you could do is buy out all of the seeds from Papa Mamba, just stock them up over time. And if you have enough farming beans from player-owned farms, you can just buy the leafy potions and just slam them out all in one big go. So, mercifully, that is finished. I had to go and run back to the leprechaun twice for that, and that's really added some time onto our timer. But those are the Juju potions done. So the next place we're going to go to is Varrock. We're going to go and do some grapevines. Now, grapevines are probably one of the most profitable ways to make some profit with farming. These are linked to the God wines, so you've got the wine of Sarah, wine of Guthix, and wine of Zami. But your overall cost to make a grapevine is very limited and very cheap, to be fair. Now, one thing you're going to need some planks. Now, this is where the plank box comes in very handy, and if you don't have a plank box, I would highly recommend it. Very worthwhile getting, and really does help out. Really good for Fort Film Free as well. So the grapevines, I think they require something like level 92, but as you can see, we're getting the vine grapes here. The Green Fingers Aura is very clutch here, and as you can see, the amount of times we're getting double grapes is quite mad. And the grapevine seeds as well, if we throw those in, very cheap nowadays. They used to be quite expensive, so 4 seeds is going to be a price of 3.5k, and Sarah wines are easy, 30k, so we'll do a bit of a price check over that as well, but there is one in Sears Village as well. I think there's only 3 grapevine spots, but we shall check in, show you them all anyway. And again, the Lotus network is actually quite handy for this. So just up here is the grapevine spot. And then finally, if we go to Yanil, and you can kind of tie the juju herbs and the vines on the end of your herb run. You can see the aura's still got 12 minutes. So you still be able to do your full herb run, and then this is sort of the end of the green fingers thing. You can reset it if you want to, because it will help with the other stuff, but these are the ones where it's like sort of like really important. And again, you can use the Dwarven Harvester, which I really should have used to get double yield of the grapes as well. Very good for grapes, because grapes are where you're going to make some serious profit. And even if you stopped after this, you will make significantly more with your herbal runs. We'll go through the prices of all the god grapes in a second. And it will give you some cooking XP as well. Like, you do need to turn the grapes into wines, and you will get some XP from that as well. The good thing is that Guthix used to be like considerably cheaper than the rest, whereas I think nowadays Zami's the really cheap one. The Guthix one did go up in price a little while ago because of how useful the Guthix brews are with necromancy. Really low on the Guthix one though, which is very, very strange. So that's almost part one of our sort of looting of the farming. Now, I'm going to go and do the next one, and I'm going to try and keep all of them in the inverse as well, so we can do one big price check towards the end. So, things I don't need that, and that. So, the next spots we're going to go and hammer is the old grapes. Not the grapes, mushrooms. One thing which is quite handy for this, actually it isn't because the lodestone's right next to it. I was going to say the quiver, because it's going to teleport you straight to the Elflands. You actually don't need it because the teleport for the lodestone is actually right next to the mushroom patch. With the City of we have a brand new mushroom patch in the City of so make sure to go and do that as well. And Marcello mushrooms are pretty solid, and again, like for a price of just 267 GP per seed, you're going to be getting a mushroom which comes at about 5 to 8k at times. Now, some diaries which are going to help you, the Mauritania diary is going to basically give us access to double mushrooms. With mushrooms as well, there is a very high chance you're going to get a Zygamite for player-owned farms. So, as you can see, double mushrooms because I have done the diary. And wow, 10k each. So we've just turned 267 GP seed into 19 Marcello mushrooms, which is 190k, which when you can do this 3 times over, and I think the mushroom rate is very similar to the herbal rate, so of how quick they regrow and stuff, it doesn't take long for you to rack up a lot of GP per day just with Marcello mushrooms. So we are at the spot, and they're just here, so we just need to go through the forest. Lots of imps here, if you wanted to do some imp boxes. Not that you would in this day and age, but it's an option. Again, if you wanted to do the quiver though, you can go straight to the mushroom patch if you wanted to. Don't really see why I need to because it's so close to the lodestone, but it is an option. Again, if you wanted to use your Dwarven Harvester, you will get double for this, but green fingers also work on this. So the quicker you are with your herbal sort of run, the more chance you've got to utilize your green fingers. And the more you do this, the quicker you will get. It will become a very quick routine after time. Then to the City of So the mushroom patch is sort of around where the smithy is. So you can use your tomb or whatever it is nowadays. I can't remember the name. To get a bit closer, I'm just going to run from the lodestone just so we can show everyone where it is. But again, 42 Marcello mushrooms is not terrible at all. So it is just up here, I believe. Yes, just there. We've still got 8 minutes of the old green fingers. So we managed to do like 3 parts of this in 12 minutes. And the Samden really did take quite a long time from the additional patch. So that's what's put a bit more time on it as well. I've not done the harvester, which I would really, really recommend. But I want to make it realistic to people who don't have Dwarven harvesters of what sort of profit they can make just from doing this run every day. Again, if you're an Iron Man, this is a great way to add in secondaries and other stuff as well. Again, the grapes you might not need where you currently are, but they are very good to have as an option, especially if you're going to move into sort of later tier PVM as well. Right, so the next place we need to go to is to the Grand Exchange because I need to buy an end pouch. Because we are going to go and pick some coconuts. So basically what the Ent family does is it's either a chance of double or a guaranteed double. And as always, never ever 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 buys on the video. Again, this is summoning pouches are weird because this is like the 3rd or 4th summoning pouch which I've done like for recording a video, and they're extremely over the price. Again, if you didn't know before, I have the Greater Runic Staff from Runespan, and I use, I can't remember the Livid Farm spell, Remote Farm, just to remind myself where I'm going. And just keep an eye on all of my trees. Again, you can actually remove disease via Remote Farm, but for me, I just use it to keep an eye on stuff, just like timers to see if stuff's grown. Again, this I've not done one of these runs for a while. Like the herb run, yeah, it's just something I do whenever I've got like a spare 5 minutes. But this, it does take like 20 minutes of time, so it's something I've not done in a little while, but I definitely need to, because like seeing some of the prices of some of these items, it's yeah, it's crazy. So basically what we're going to be doing is you are going to have to give up your ability to do fruit trees, or you could just include this and your fruit tree run every day. But what we're going to be doing is just basically running around and reharvesting all of our coconuts, because coconuts are currently a price of 7.3k, which actually for a coconut is pretty cheap. And what we're going to do is basically run around to all the fruit trees, harvest them, and get the coconuts. This has been a method though which has been profitable for forever. It really is a way just to make some quick GP. And if I was ever on a fresh account, this is probably how I would start making GP, is just going to pick stuff I've already got farmed, because it's got value to it. So farming the coconut, and again, really we want to get around the coconuts while we've got green fingers active. Now, while we're in the elf city part, one thing I would say as well, if you do your harmony moss, you really should, because it's a price of roughly about 13k each, and it's one of those like very low buy limit items as well, where you can definitely get more than 13k if you put it in the grand exchange for that price as well. So that's the palm tree done. We're going to go and drop to Enquiries area, basically the woodcutting area, because we're going to go through the spirit tree. We need to go to Gnome Stronghold, and then we go through to the Gnome Village, the Vat. And then that's going to be all of our spots done for the trees. And then we've got one more thing to do. Now, one thing extra you could do as well is cactus, but I don't think the cactus spines are that much profit, which is why I've not done them. But we could go test the price. I think I've got a cactus growing in Alcarid. I can go and do that and see what the profit is like as well. And again, with farming, there's so many things you can add to it. It's like we could do another bush run, it's in Trana, but for me, it's a bit, because you can't take a staff and stuff, it's just a bit annoying. 78 coconuts though is not too bad of a run. We'll follow El Koi. And there we go, the tree patch. There we go, 92 coconuts done. So 92 coconuts there. 650k, the Marcello mushrooms, 1.3 mil. And these, we'll work out a price for these at some point as well. Right, so the final thing we're going to be doing is going to do a bush run. Now these are for lychee, which is primal pulp, and then the primal pulp is then able to be sold as a herbal or secondary. So we're just going to go to the max guild as well. So we're going to have to dismiss the Ent. The Ent's basically done its job. It's paid for itself, although it's a very high and extortionate rate. It had some oak logs as well. So we're going to bank that. What we're going to be using in terms of familiar is a Wolpertinger. So this, if we go over it as well, gives you double yield when going from bushes. We don't have enough raw energy, so I'm going to go and do this. So at the minute, our time is just about finished for the green fingers. Now, again, what kind of did us over a little bit was the Juju farming. We would have been able to squeeze this run in, so I'm going to reactivate again so we can go through this. So we're going to go to the Kandarian Monastery, and we're going to go a quick bushes run. And I need to go back to the Grand Exchange after this because I have forgot something. So we've messed up to start with because I've done a white berry, but we'll still count it. I think white berries at one point were really expensive, so I wanted to see like what the yield could be if we did some white berries. But I might go and see if we can. So through magic of editing, we've actually gone and got a lychee seed, and we also have a supreme growth potion for the old bushies. And as you see, the lychee will magically appear. And this is what we're looking to do. So lychee is what we can make primal pulp from. And we're going to crush the lychees while we're here as well. Now, obviously with this, your herbal level depends on how much pulp you're going to get. I'm 120 herb, so I'll be getting the most amount of pulp possible. If you are a lower level, work out what's going to work best for you. It might be best for you just to sell the lychee rather than the primal pulp. But I imagine that lychee, yeah, you'd probably make a little bit more if you're a better herb level. Higher herb level. So we're going to go and do all these runs. There's quite a few spots for the lychee, and again, like 49 primal pulp. You can then turn into primal extract. So maybe that's a little money maker we can look at as well, actually. And then this is the final bush patch. What I'm going to do afterwards though is go through remote farming again and just pick out anything else farming wise you could make some money with, which could include on this. Again, like I'd like to say we would have done this comfortably in 20 minutes. And that's including like with the farm run. But we did get caught out with a few things. Those Juju potions really did hurt us, like with the time and stuff. I'm not going to include the white berries because like those were extra. Go from the top. Allotments, you can actually use these to your advantage. Like things like potatoes or General produce is very like expensive at the minute because of like player-owned farms. Bushes, we could have done 2 more at the somewhere in the arc. Not there. Flowers, meh, not really a thing. Harmony pillars definitely do. Like you'll get them passively as well because they're related to skills. But the harmony moss is actually a decent price. Herbs, we've talked about this, very much worthwhile doing. Include this. I really should go and do a herb run after this as well. Habitat, definitely do your herbs because they are very, very good profits. And they're probably, between those and God grapes, those are what I'd use the herb harvesters on the most. Again, the grapes, you can go and do Intrana, but it's just a little bit annoying. Cactus, I'm going to go and check the spots in Alcarid, but they could be worth doing. Now you've got 4 cactus spots, that could really help. Mushrooms, worth doing Morcellas, very good. Nightshade, I believe you can only do 1, which is why I've never really done it. Elder Tree, it's just free XP. Limpwort Root, meh. The Money Tree as well, if you do have a season, you can do it. Definitely do that in your player and farms. Spirit Trees, definitely do because it's very useful as a teleport link through the game and also very good farming XP. Fruit trees, just do it. Like even farming your fruit trees now, you'll make profit through doing things like coconuts. And then finally, wood trees, man, not really anything worthwhile doing. But we'll go and check the price on the old cactuses because those are the only things I'd add in. And then we'll do a little price check as well. So what I'm going to value the Samdens at is 20k, which they can definitely be more than because I'm trying to buy them for 33k for an unfinished and I cannot get hold of them. That might be due to the sort of video we did the other day, which, you know, my bad. And these grapes, I will check now with the checker. I'll check now with the Grand Exchange. Again, cactuses, 852, not really worth it. But in terms of the grapes, if we go wine of Guffix, 31k. Wow, that's actually really high. Wine of Sarah, 31. And then finally, wine of Zami is where we won't make a lot. Yeah, 692. So really, you're going to make 20k from the Zami. We'll make something like 240 from the Guffix. So if we say like 260, and then we're probably going to make something like 600k from your grapes, which is really good. So 600k from the grapes, 1.4 mil from herb habitat, and then we've got things like the lychee, coconuts, and the primal pulp. So yeah, you're probably going to make another 4 mil just doing that run every day. And again, if you want these things to like further on, you can definitely look at turning your primal pulp into primal extract. Again, that's another way to make some more money. It depends on your herbal level. You can turn these into wine, get them sold. You can get Samden changed into unfinished potions or maybe even jujus if you've got the vines and make profit from that. But that's going to be my extra herbal guide for this year. Again, all these items will bring in even more money than they used to. They are all up in price. Maybe coconuts can go up a little bit more, but they are all very expensive. Now, this is something I need to encourage myself to do more on the bond account because like an extra 4 mil per day plus a herb run, that's 6 mil per day plus compost. That's 10 mil per day. And then if you were to do that for 14 days, you can pay your membership. Obviously, there's quite a lot of work to get to this state where you can do this, but this is just one herb run. If you can't do this full herb run, plus the extras, just do more herb runs and you'll make even more money there. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If I've missed anything out, please let me know. If you do have any dwarven harvesters though, these are definitely the best spots to use them on. Either use them on the juju potions or use them on the god grapes. They're the best places for them, unless you want to use them on herbs if certain herbs gone really, really high. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you want to see down below, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.